they have a higher threshold for their resolve. Harpies, lizards aren't very good. Foxes are pretty not great. And Froggos are a bit mixed bag as well with their reputation and resolve. So currently we have 9 workers and 12 homeless people. But these houses should all spring up in a second. It should solve part of that problem. One of these down. So you'll see as I put in more woodcutters, you actually get a debuff or a penalty for having woodcutters. As you have more woodcutters, or as you have more effects in play, the hostility from the forest rises. So we're currently at level 1 hostility, which is not bad. It's -2 to global resolve. So you'll see our harpies are dropping from 6 to 4. So, as I said, we have a basic set of blueprints at the moment. We have access to lizard houses and harpy houses. Currently, we have our people in little shelters. Shelters are shit, but they have a good... they're cheap and they have a good capacity. They have a capacity of 3, whereas the houses, which they actually changed since I last played the game. I feel like the housing used to have capacity for 4. Now it's down to 3. And I think specific race houses used to have 3 or 4 as well. Now they're down to 2, but they added an upgrade system for the race housing. So these houses can be upgraded, whereas the shelters cannot. The other thing we got over here, we incrementally get boons. So this is a boon that we get. Traders have more stuff. Packs with villagers. I don't want any of these to start out with. So these cornerstones that you get, these are like, they're literally just boons, right? That make the game better for you in some way, shape or form. This one makes it so traders have an additional item when they come to sell us stuff. This one is giving us 10 skewers every time we produce pickled goods. These are both complex foods. We're not making complex food any fucking time soon. So this is a much later good boon, assuming we even have buildings that produce pickled goods. 3 packs for every villager. That's not bad. These packs are used for trading, basically. This one's a tax. We don't care about taxes right now. This one literally gets us gold as we do stuff. I don't care about that. I want something useful. This is a better version of the perk that was just offered before. This one means traders would turn up quicker, and they'd have additional trade routes. I think I want the passive food. This is a passive food. It's only 3 routes per minute. It's not great, but it's a pretty okay little passive. We just constantly have a food supply, even if it's shit. So these are our like mini objectives that we have to complete. So these will speed up the game. So like I said, we have to fill this blue bar. Each of these quests will complete 1 segment of that bar. You actually don't need to complete any of them, but it makes it a lot quicker and easier. Yeah, I think this coat one is good. We actually have 50 coats already. So this objective should tick over quite quickly. This one probably has better rewards, because this one has 4 villages. At the start of the game, having extra villages is dope. This one's just sort of easy, and we can passively achieve it. I have recently come around on objectives like this one here. This objective is quite easy, by the way. This is completing 2 Glade events, which we'll be doing a fuckload of. This one here is about having rain engines. The original way the rain engines worked, they were kind of unnecessary. They've reworked them since I last played, and they are so much better now. So I actually think I'll go for this. And this... upgrade one building to a level 1 geyser pump. Yeah, we can do upgrades. Both of these are fine as well. Like, both of these objectives are fine. This one's good because it gets us the wildfire essence. This is a rare resource. It's quite expensive to purchase. This one gets us parts, which are used for all of our crafting buildings. This one requires us to pay money, though, so I'm going to go with this one. Both are going to get us people. None of these quests are being completed anytime soon. We can sit on them for a while. By creating this little park here, we just upgraded our hearth from like level 0 to level 1. So now we have an encampment. It gives us a slight boost. We're all housed. I think we just go ham on wood cutting for the moment. So generally speaking, the way I'll play the game, I'll usually have at least one, like a minimum of one citizen who can build, but because it's the first part of the game, nothing is happening yet. We do have buildings to select from at the moment, which I'll do real quick. These aren't good. So this is sort of how the RNG works. You have to select the blueprints you want from a selection provided. These aren't good. These are not starting items. None of these are things that I want out of the gate. We could take the... Supplier's not bad. Water skins are a useful resource. Planks we actually have access to already. And milling flour is always good. So I think this is the best option. What we're looking for is... Plantation's not bad. I would prefer a garden to a plantation. This is grain, roots, and vegetables. Could grab a furnace here. This will give us access to fire. So this gives us pies, skewers, and copper bars. You have access to copper, right? Yes. I'm gonna grab the furnace here. These are not being good for us. Tool shop. I like tool shop. It's going to give us access to boots. And it's going to give us the crowbars. They're really useful. And it's going to give us upgraded pipes. We did not get the item we wanted, in case you're wondering. Which is not surprising. Just unfortunate. So every time we get to one of these little blue dots, we can get another blueprint. And as you can see, they sort of start running out as you progress. You can purchase them from a trader as well, but that means you need to have a trading post available to you. We do not have a trading post, in case you're wondering. So we're literally just in the drizzle cycle right now. We're going to go to the clear cycle. And then we'll tick over slowly. So each time we cut into one of these glades, it actually gives us a debuff, I suppose, on our hostility. So if you play for a long time, you have a bad time. The idea is that you finish the missions within a relatively quick time. You'll notice, well, there's nothing much happening in the game. Our impatience is actually going up. It's not a bad thing. It's not really a problem until we get to somewhere down the end here. Then it's a problem. Especially for this point in the game. Like I said, there's not a lot going on. We're literally just letting the game tick over. Our hostility level just went down? Oh, because the Queen's impatience went up. I'm like, how did our hostility go down? So, we actually get a boost from the Queen's impatience. But we're not going to worry about that for now. We're just going to keep going away. The storm's coming in 13 seconds. So this is the storm season. And as soon as the storm season comes over, these negative effects up the top come into play. So Darkness is Looming is the default negative. As soon as the storm hits, you always get this. Fog. This slows down our villages, but we actually have a way around this. Because all of our villages have housing, they're not affected by this. We're currently on level 1 still, which is insane. And all of our people's resolve is still above 1. Even with the debuff here. So we're just going to keep going to town on the chopping down trees. We're going to cut into this glade as soon as it rolls over to the drizzling season. I pause this game a lot, by the way, so buckle up for that. I like thinking. No! And I still make mistakes. Alright. This will either be really okay for us or really not good. So this is the end of the storm season. You'll see that as soon as I started chopping down extra trees and had extra lumberjacks working, our hostility went straight up to level 2, which plummeted our resolve to -6. But because the wet season's about to end, this won't be a problem. So new year or new season rolls around, so we get another boon from the Citadel. Calming Water, it seems like a pretty good perk, except it's not great. Because you need to use 150 units of water in rain engines, which is doable, but it's -2 points, or 10 points. That's a lot of rainwater for -10. That's a lot. 30% slower. So if we send out more caravans, the impatience will grow slower, which, again, not a bad perk. Rich Glades is something I wouldn't mind taking. This is I've never seen this boon before. It's possibly one of the new ones that I unlocked recently. This unlocks all advanced structures, which is insane. But gathering and fishing speeds is decreased by 50%. This is actually not so bad. The debuff here is only up to 300 nodes. Do I have a node left? So, like, this is a berry node. This one only had 26 charges. I might take that. I don't think I've ever seen that boon before, and I'm interested. So this means that our resources are going to be 50% slower. But all of the advanced camps, I'm going to definitely check that out. Yeah, so these are all advanced camps now. That's actually so good. Holy shit. 300 units of resource is not a lot. I'm pretty excited about this. I just moved. The cat's probably upset. Sorry, I forgot that she's still sitting here and I'd turned the camera off. Let me just slide this in here. There she is. Yeah, that's a really sick sick resource. Really sick boon. So these berry farmers are going to work a little bit slower now. But we're going to hopefully see some massive progress once we get past that. Because we can access all of our nodes. We don't have to spend any of our blueprints or any of our reputation gains on blueprints for advanced gathering, which is insane. I'm going to take this one here with a beaver. I like beavers as a race. We'll lock them in. So these guys are good at... They're lumberjacks, effectively. So we are going to need some more housing now. So... I get away with building a supplier for planks. That'll take my advanced resources. So because we didn't get the advanced workshop, I need to build the crude workshop, which is not ideal. But we did get a boon in our resource gathering already. We actually didn't gain any farming facilities. So we actually can't use this fertile soil yet. Our lumberjack should cut into here, and then we'll see how much trouble we're in. Ah, fudge. Excellent. We got super... Remember at the start of the game, and I spoke about this route selection, and I was like, it's not very good, but it's literally saving our bacon right now. Alright, so this glade has a hazard, basically. The hazard is, in this particular instance, is a little dragon friend, little kelpie dragon. So this is not dissimilar to the creature that ended my previous run. This guy, as we're trying to kill him, or as we're trying to get rid of him, he's going to slowly mind control our citizens. So for about 5 minutes, he's going to be like controlling the minds of my people. If we do not do something about him in 13 minutes, he will murder some of our villagers. He will drown 2 of our villagers. Also, hi Cat. I did see you come in. How did you go with Neff? Do you have a good time? How's he been going? What's he on? Stream 28 or stream 27? He's a fucking trooper. Holy shit. So essentially we have 2 options to get rid of this obstacle. And often the way this works now, it's based on what resources you have available. There is benefits to each side. Also, they added another perk to this game. Some of your choices have consequences. So this mounting the little dragon friend is considered a loyalty option, and this can affect boons later down the track. They'll be influenced by the fact that we've selected this. God, Cat is adorable. Let me just... I sent a video on Snapchat earlier, which was her just licking this little tub of yogurt. So I have this little tub of yogurt, and she was just going to fucking town. She was very happy. She has our face. Yeah, she's not just a fluffy butt. So we're gonna get rid of this thing straight away, because as soon as I clear into these glades, I try and get rid of them. In this particular case, it's going to get us some amber, which is gold, or gold equivalent. And it's actually going to get us a grace. So it's going to give us 1 point of reputation, which is kind of the better option. If we had have gone the other path, which we actually had the resources for, we would have got this perk. So it would have given us a random water geyser, which is, we actually have a storm geyser here, which is good. I do want that. Like I said, they upgraded how these geysers work, so a storm geyser there is good. They used to be pretty as a resource node goes. Yeah, so we're going to put these lizards on there straight away. The only problem with this is now our villagers are going to get sucked up towards this dragon. So we have some other events ticking over here, and we have access to new resources now as well. Slow down my game a little bit. How you doing today, Cat? So your gathering buildings, like your lumber mills and stuff, can all be moved. So you have better access to your resources. These ones are fine. So what we need to do, we need to free up some workers so we have some resources getting built. You're on break anyway. Well, today was bare minimum Monday, where you did the bare minimum to survive. I'm doing okay. I got out of bed at a reasonable time and I went to the gym this morning before work. I went to work. I had a pretty okay day. I had an extra, but it turned out to be a pretty good extra. It was a music extra, but the Year 11s have a performance tomorrow, which I might be able to get to. I actually like a lot of the Year 11 students that are performing. Which means I actually know who they are and I remember their names, which for me is a big thing. Guys, do you know how many students I have? It's a fucking lot, and if I can remember that, like, you're a reasonable human and remember your name, even if I'm not teaching you, you've done something right. Or something very, very wrong, I suppose. Because my brain is pretty ordinary, so being able to retain information like that is always something. Remember earlier when we said we needed to get rid of 300 charges from resource nodes? So these both have 70 charges. I don't think this will count, this geyser. We are going to build a tower on this. We don't have the resources for a while though. So we'll need to clear this up, finish these berries, get rid of these rocks, and then this debuff will be pretty close to gone. And this one here, this is a level 2. 30 wood. 60. Go 40. So you can limit. Oh, Cat, I'm so fucking bad at it. This is the thing. I can remember the names and faces of my kids if I see them 2 or 3 times a week. So like my 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s, because I interact with them for like 3 or 4 hours a week. It doesn't take me too long to remember names and faces. I'll still get some of them mixed up, but it's not normally too bad. But classes that I only see once or twice a week or less, it's a struggle for me. Like, a real struggle. I am so fucking bad with names. I remember their faces. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. You're a little piece of turd. A little arrogant pain in my ass. But I don't remember your name. And then I'm like, oh no, wait, yeah I do, because you're a turd. They should bring back name tags. So it looks, the event's actually started to work now, so it's going to take 4 minutes to finish this event. So the event debuff activates as soon as you click onto the event, but the actual time doesn't get removed until... Well, the event itself doesn't actually start processing until all of the required resources are actually present on the site for the activity to start. So only one of our workers is currently there. The other guy is still in transit. You liked having the laminated name tag on your desk? We are going to get someone... What is the resource for this? God damn it. So, this little kelpie has currently, little kelp friend, has actually mind-controlled or charmed 2 of our workers. There's nothing we can do about that until he goes away. As soon as he goes away, these 2 workers will go back to their jobs. So this guy's debuff is pretty neutral. Inconvenient, it's going to slow down our production, but it's not gonna hurt anyone in the long run. As long as he doesn't get rid of the workers that are actually clearing his event, we don't really care. So we're probably going to turn planks off here. So we have a double up of some of our resources. So these planks, it has this little star next to it, and these all have a 1 star that's not filled in. So basically, that's the worst construction option. The building we wanted was called a workshop. It's literally the upgraded version of this facility, which would have given us 2 star for all of these items, except for pipes. Instead, we ended up with this building, which is going to give us 2 star flour, 2 star planks, and 2 star water skins. This is a very neutral building. These aren't the best recipes, but they're significantly better than the other option. So planks, for example, we get 2 planks from 5 wood. From the crude workbench, we need 8 planks. 8 pieces of wood for 2 planks. Wood is one of the resources you have the most of, depending on the level you're playing, but you're always burning wood. So this literally is a fire. This is the heart of your city, right? And it literally is burning resources at all times. Oh damn it! I just realized we just burnt coal. So yeah, this has to stay alight at all times, or you have a bad time. So that's why you're constantly chopping wood, which means this hostility is always rising, because you're always chopping away at the forest. The forest is like, no, stop that.
Welcome to the land down under.
Access! Oh, hello!
You made a strange man.
Kitty!
Kind of nervous.
Yeah, she's a good cat. Welcome on in, friends! Hello!
And I just smiled and gave you a gross ass.
Access raid!
And I said,
Access, how is Dragon Age? How have you been going? Hi, Access!
And the men do chunder.
How are you doing? Welcome on in, friends! Hello! My name is Ross. I'm a variety streamer from Australia.
Take cover.
We're currently partaking in what I dubbed Roguetober, where instead of playing spooky games for the spooky season, I've just been playing roguelikes. So we're currently playing Against the Storm. It's one of my favorite little games that I have on Steam. It's not exactly the most exciting game to watch, but I just love it. It's a chill vibe. So we're currently building a little city to try and gather resources for the city, essentially. So we build a little settlement to gather resources we can send back to the main outpost, essentially. And we use those resources to weather the storm, essentially. How was Dragon Age? What did you get up to? Cat's a mod everywhere? Yeah. That's actually a pretty good point. I think Cat might be a mod everywhere. So same with Hacksaw. And Dev. And D. You're doing your best to power through this game. You realize that means you need to play the video game and not get distracted, right, Axis? You've never been distracted by anything, have you? You wouldn't get sidetracked? 2 of our woodcutters are charmed. You're a mod just for no one? It's bad for me. Well, we're about halfway through this event. So you'll notice all of these other workers. So there's only 2 people working on this event, but because the debuff from this particular event is charming other workers. So there's all these people just hanging out. Just vibing, you know. I would love to get the encampment sorted, but we need to get rid of this first. It's a mermaid horse, yeah. They're kelpies, right?
What did you say to me?
This is actually a newer event as well. This is one of the ones they've added. Oh my god, could you please stop? He has half of my goddamn town over here. He's only here for another 30 seconds. Then he's going to disappear. But he actually has half of my town worshipping him right now. Ooh. Oh, we only have 2 harpies, don't we? So this game has a lot of stuff going on. You only mod for 13 people? New hat? What kind of hat would you like? Oh no, I have to click out of the game for hats. It doesn't like it when I do that. It doesn't like it when I do that. Don't mind me, as I just have to tab in and out of things, and it's gonna upset my computer. You've done emotes for about 6 other people's streams as well. Is it not more than that? You've done a lot of the work for a lot of the artwork for Dan. Can you have a cup of tea hat? Well, okay, I can find you a cup of tea hat. Let's see what I have in the way of cup of tea hats. What if I put teapot? Oh. Is this what you had in mind? Is this cursed teapot what you wanted? Is this everything you wanted it to be in life? 100%? There is another one, and I'm not sure what it is. There's literally 2 for teapot. Oh, I hate that. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I'm just gonna stick with the teapot. Perfection. Honestly, I thought there'd be quite a few, but looks like we just get this one.